Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Two Birds and a Third. We got Josh here. Today's show is brought to you by
Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
some of the things we're going to be touching on are a little bit of free agency. We're going to talk about the rookies, kind of some expectations, talk about the draft, and then we're going to finish up with a fun little topic of the best throwback jerseys in all of sports. So, Hank, I know that a lot has happened since the last couple of days in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on that?
A lot of wide receivers in free agency right now. There's just a ton. I mean, you have Deshaun Jackson. Brandon Marshall might not get anything from the Jets, so he might be good in the free agent market. Kenny Stills.
They just released him today, Hank. He is a free agent.
I know. But what I'm saying is the Jets, he still wants to. Apparently, they gave him a contract, but he declined it or something like that.
Yeah.
But
we got Terrell Pryor, Alshon Jeffrey.
Deshaun Jackson's still out there.
I know. Deshaun Jackson, he's telling Washington that he wants to play with them. They're the beat writers, but who really knows? I think that he'll definitely be one of the first off that list. I mean, he's no spring chicken anymore. I mean, he's played in the league for almost 10 years, but he's still a fast dude.
He's very, very electric.
Yeah.
And this is why, and I hate to just jump right into the Browns, but you guys already mentioned Terrell Pryor. There's such a plethora of receivers out there that so the Browns are not going to franchise Terrell. They're going to let him test the free agent market, which I actually kind of agree with at this point because he's already declared that he wants to stay with the Browns. He's an Ohio guy from Ohio State. Got his family here. There's no reason to jump out.
There's no reason to jump ship.
Yeah.
The Browns also have $100 million in cap space or something like that.
I was just about to say, and I know the Browns have a lot of cap space, which is going to help. And DJ and I were talking about this earlier. Since Jimmy Garoppolo is off the market, or maybe who knows if there's some sneaky trade in there.
Oh, Bill Belichick. You don't know what's going to happen until it happens. So.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the Patriots have $60 million in cap space, maybe more than that. And Kelly,
they're not going to resign their free agents.
Yeah, Kelly was like, are they magicians or something like that? I was like, no, Bill Belichick prides his wide receiving core off of 7th round draft picks and undrafted free agents. I would say maybe a quarter of the players on their active roster, or maybe even their starters, were either undrafted or 7th round draft picks. He's just got some magic water. You know what I'm saying? He can just do it.
It's the water from Space Jam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except it's real.
Yeah, it makes you unstoppable. But I mean, there's so much. Pierre Garçon's going to be on the table. Who knows? I just feel like there's a fit for what every team needs. There's a free agent out there right now that would fit that mold. Nick Fairley's on there. Yeah. Eddie Lacy's out there. If he can lose some weight.
Can you just stop and think what this is going to do to the draft? I mean, because this is going to be one of the biggest free agencies that I've seen in a long time. There's just big names everywhere you look at.
Now, granted, all of them aren't going to sign with other teams. Yeah. Some of them are going to test the waters and then come back and
for less.
Yeah.
But isn't this kind of like a Warrior situation here? Like what we got going on with the Patriots? Everybody's just. I mean, you obviously can't try to replicate what Bill Belichick does. That's his own thing. That's his own plan that he has. But I think everyone's still in the race to try to beat the Patriots, no matter what situation the Patriots are in.
That's always the race.
It seems like they still.
As long as Tom Brady and Bill Belichick will be there, that's always the race.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
And let's just jump into that real quick then, because 4 years left for Tom Brady, which leaves Garoppolo sitting there, and Bill Belichick thinks, no, I'm not going to trade him. No.
Well, what are they going to do? I mean, you could, because I mean, what would work perfectly, Hank? You would draft somebody this year that you think's. Well, I can't even say the next Tom Brady because that's not fair.
The plan was that Garoppolo was going to be the guy, especially at the beginning of the season when he started out doing really well, and then like he hurt his finger or his shoulder, and he was always going to be the guy. I think the plan was always to try to trade Brady, to try to have Tom Brady be kind of like a Peyton Manning who would play like 3 or 4 seasons more and then just wilt away, you know?
You really think that they were going to trade Tom Brady, Hank?
Really?
No, I don't. I think they were, but then, I mean, you're not going to trade a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I think it changed. For them, it changed as the season went on. I think when Brady got suspended, I think that was the idea, but then the plan changed. That's what I think.
I can't see that happening. I don't think Bill Belichick, don't get me wrong, he doesn't care about his players.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
But Tom Brady's not just a player.
But yeah, Tom Brady is his bread and butter. The reason why he has 5 Super Bowls and gone to 7.
That's always the argument.
That's a theory.
Would Bill Belichick be Bill Belichick without Tom Brady? Would Tom Brady be Tom Brady without Bill Belichick?
But then you have these other quarterbacks that are put in the system. They seem to do very well in that same system.
Yeah.
So that's. I mean, it goes both ways. Tom Brady is a hell of a quarterback. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
One of the greatest.
But one of the best systems in football is brought up by Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's a great way of saying it. I agree.
And hey, here's my little theory. You know how DJ is about his conspiracy theories.
Take off the tinfoil hat, DJ, okay?
I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here, guys. Asian aliens. Okay. So I think what the Browns will do, Myles Garrett, obviously a clear shot pick, even though all my Browns fans are saying he doesn't want to play for Cleveland. No, it was a joke. It was a joke he's saying. I thought they
were going to draft Mitch. That's what my sports tracker said.
Hank, that is, if the Browns do that, I will be so mad. I mean, they do it to me every year. They make me mad because they always draft somebody that I'm just like, why do you do that? Because I always see DJ's face, and it's always just like so disheartening. And
how many first round quarterbacks do they have they had since they became a team again? I think it's like 5, right?
I don't like to keep track of those stats, Hank.
This would be 6.
And you would keep track.
I don't think Mitch Trubisky has enough track record. He started 13 games? 13 games for South Carolina?
North Carolina.
No, North Carolina.
So
the Tar Heels?
The Tar Heels. Yeah. So, and this is why the quarterback situation is not going to be inside the draft. Hugh Jackson knows that. We all know that. We have a guy named Cody Kessler. I've already brought him up plenty of times that I think is a good quarterback, and I think we can grab one in free agency. There's a bunch of them out there. We got A.J. McCarron. We got DJ. I mean, that's going to be a trade, obviously. But
I just read that according to ProFootballTalk.com, Bengals reportedly want at least a second-round pick for A.J. McCarron.
Dundada. They'll do it in a heartbeat.
Are you serious?
Hugh Jackson would give that up in a heartbeat.
Is he even that good?
He almost beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs. It's not for perfect, messing up everything and hitting someone in the face with his helmet. He beats Ben Roethlisberger.
They didn't have Le'Veon Bell, did they? They didn't have one of their best players, right?
Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah, he was hurt. He was hurt.
That was 2 years ago.
Still, though, okay, that's I understand Le'Veon Bell's a great player, but he's only one player. They had, excuse me, didn't they have Mr. Number 33, that backup running back, D'Angelo Williams?
He's a free agent,
34.
And he's a free agent too.
Dad wants him to go to the Raiders because they need that power.
Leviticus. Well, I already said Adrian Peterson's going to go to the.
No.
Adrian Peterson.
You think the Raiders will pull in AP?
Hell yeah, they will.
We have to talk about that, Hank.
Well, we will.
AP Jamal Charles.
We'll jump into that later on when we get into the Bay Area free agency pool there. But just to kind of wrap up on the whole Browns thing, I believe that the free agent market will produce a quarterback for us. I think Cody Kessler and that quarterback will be going into competition unless it's A.J. McCarron. If A.J. McCarron, if we get him, which I think is the most feasible option right now because of the connection with Hugh Jackson, I think that's a hell of a matchup right there. I think why not take that chance? We've had just disgusting numbers. I mean, the numbers just tell it all for our first-round draft picks, the quarterbacks, or any draft pick for a quarterback at that matter. Let's try the free agent market. It worked with Josh McCown. We didn't have a defense, obviously, to help him. But anyways, I think the free agent market will produce a quarterback for us. I think we signed Terrell Pryor. We got our running back situation under control. We'll mess around with our line when they come back and they're healthy. And then we draft defense.
Did you know that reportedly Chase Daniel teams wanted to trade for Chase Daniel? Chase, I can barely throw 15 yards down the field, Daniel. And so Kelly and I were talking about it, and I was like, I got really excited today because I saw that that reportedly, Nick Foles might reunite with the Eagles. So I got like a giant boner. So
you like Nick Foles that much, my man?
Yeah, he's my man crush.
Is your man crush still?
Kelly bought me a pillow with Nick Foles on it. So she's like, you now get to sleep with your man crush, your boyfriend.
In between you and Kelly is
no, I sleep on Nick Foles. Let's be honest here. I'm on top.
Okay. So Hank, what do you guys think you need in free agency?
Let's go Eagles here, Hank.
Well, we need a receiver. I
Deshaun Jackson.
Okay, which one are you going for?
I don't know. They're pursuing all of them. Apparently, Brandon Cooks became a possible trade option. They're vying with the Titans for it, for Brandon Cooks, apparently, even though Sean Payton said that Cooks would be a part of their 2017 roster, even though there are also conflicting reports about the fact that Cooks is unhappy in New Orleans. But apparently the Titans are the other team, which I'd rather the Titans get. Maybe if they trade a first-round pick, I'd rather the Titans get Cooks so that maybe the Titans move out of that spot where they're going to draft a high receiver. Otherwise, guard is always an option, even though they're not really talking about it. Edge rusher, who is it? Calais Campbell? Is he still plays for the Cardinals, right?
No, he's a free agent, my man.
Yeah, no, I know. That's a possible rusher.
Yep.
That the Eagles could use.
How much do you guys have?
Well, right now we have around 9 or 10 million, but we're trying to jettison. Jettison Connor Barwin, Jason Kelsey. Hopefully, him being in the Pro Bowl for some dumb reason makes a team want to take him, even though I highly doubt it. And they're also trying to get rid of Michael Kendricks because he doesn't fit our system. So they were saying that the Eagles would trade a third, Michael Kendricks and Nelson Aguilar for Brandon Cooks and a 5th-round draft pick. But I really think that the bulk of what the Eagles are going to do is in the draft because we have 8 draft picks, so that's a good deal amount. So just get my man crush on my team, and I'll be happy.
I can't believe you're trying to do that.
You want Nick Foles back?
So you want him starting?
Yeah, I want Carson Wentz, who's my son. I want him starting, and I want my man crush backing him up.
All right. If you were going to tell me that you want Nick Foles over Carson Wentz,
here's the thing. I would not mind if there was a quarterback controversy. I don't know what I'd do then.
Well, then you bench your son and let your crush go. Exactly. Obviously,
but you can't do that to your son. All right.
Well, you're going to break him? Yeah, you would break him if Nick Foles starts over him. You would break him.
maybe.
So here's the guard situation you were talking about. I think TJ Lang would be a good fit for you guys.
Either him or Ronald Leary.
Ronald Leary, and there's another guy from the Bengals, but you guys are not a power running back. You guys are not power running. So Kevin Zietler from the Bengals wouldn't be a good option for you.
Yeah,
he's more of a power run game.
But we might get a power rusher in the draft.
That's true.
The kid, what is his last name is Hill, I think, from Wyoming, or Donta Foreman. He's a beast. We'd be lucky if we could land him.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is the draft is where you're going to be making most of your moves in, right?
Yeah, yeah. They're also looking at cornerbacks too, but you just never know. I feel like cornerback is one of the toughest positions in the NFL because you'll have guys like Nnamdi Asomugha who are like superstar Pro Bowlers in Oakland,
who are stars,
and then like they go to another team, they go to a completely different system, and they just fall apart. I mean.
If their system defensive players. There's a bunch of players out there that just work in a specific system.
Yeah,
that's like let's just say
yeah. Go
that's
ahead.
like let's put in like Richard Sherman. Like if you put him anywhere else, like maybe unless he's with the Patriots, that's the only place I could see it happening. But the Seahawks aren't doing it. We're not going to get into the Seahawks right now. But okay, Hank. So I like that. Your guard situation will be taken care of in free agency, and then you guys could, your defense is pretty young right now.
Our defense is young. We've got a lot of talented pieces. We just need a corner and an edge rusher right now.
And you should do that in free agency as well to get some veteran talent in there because you guys need some veteran leadership. I think that's another thing you guys could work on there. I like your running back situation. I like your receivers.
I don't like my running back. We need to draft a running
Ryan
back.
Matthews?
We're getting rid of him.
Wow, okay.
He's always injured. Love the guy, but he's always injured.
What about Tootsie?
Tootsie it's going to be his last season. But
so he's going to start.
He's not a starting back. He's like a third down scat back. We have a bunch of running backs, but I want to see the Eagles go after one in the draft.
Okay.
Are you mad that you guys had DeMarco Murray and now you don't have him?
A little bit, but he didn't really want to play in Philly.
No, he didn't want to play with Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would be happy playing in Philly now with a young up and coming quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have had as good of a season as he had last year. Like his season with the Titans, that was just amazing. He did well, and he had a good supporting cast. He had a veteran quarterback. He had a better line than in Philly. I feel like the Titans have a better line because they've been building it for a while.
Yeah, they have been. They have that Taylor Long kid, right?
They have that hothead number 77.
Is that Taylor Lewan?
I don't know. The white guy? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Wes one of these days.
Yeah,
we'll have to bring Wes on the show one of these days so he can talk about his Titans.
What about you, Josh? Has anything changed?
Dude, the worst part about free agency is the Ravens have no money, so I have nothing to get excited for. We're just going to drop a bunch of people, dude. I think there's some people we need to get rid of. I think we need to get rid of Kendrick Lewis, the safety, free up some money there. I think we should part ways with Elvis Dumervil as much as I like him. Mm-hmm. He's coming off of ankle surgery. He apparently had a partially torn Achilles. That's why he missed so much of last season. I think he's just kind of a little over the hump. He's 33. Mm-hmm. I think we need to get younger, release him, save some money.
You guys are getting rid of Elam, right?
What?
You guys are getting rid of Elam, right?
Oh, absolutely. He just got arrested with, I think it was
300 ounces, right? Or pounds? What? 300 ounces of weed?
I think it was 300 grams.
Yeah. I get them mixed up.
Because it's 28 grams in an ounce. So, and there's 16 ounces in a pound.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He wasn't that good anyway.
No, he wasn't. He's actually one of the Ravens' worst first-round draft picks I have ever seen. One of the worst. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I would say like, oh yeah, they were worse than him.
Kyle Bowler?
Still better than Matt Elam. At least Kyle Bowler started. I don't even know if Matt Elam ever got like a chance to start, like truly start. He was so bad.
Well, Bowler started by default because he was a first-round draft pick, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Elam was too, but I think we're gonna release him. We're more worried about who we're gonna be able to keep. Brandon Williams, he's number 3 ranked in free agents right now. Out of all the free agents in the NFL, he's ranked number 3, our nose tackle. He said he wants to stay with the Ravens, so let's hope that they can make something work. But you never know when somebody dangles, $50 million is a lot of extra money to dangle in somebody's face,
True.
And we're going to lose Kyle Juszczyk.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I hope we don't lose him. Fullbacks aren't really used. I just hope another team doesn't see him and use him as almost like a satellite back kind of thing. Because he used to play tight end in college too.
Yeah. He's a good receiver.
He is.
He's a better receiver than he is a runner.
He used to play.
Until he runs downhill and he's like a rhinoceros.
Right, and then he's unstoppable. But we can't franchise tag him because, of course, the way the NFL works, there's not a fullback position anymore. So if you tried to franchise tag him, you would pay the franchise price for a running back.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't franchise tag a fullback anyway. Like, you might like him, but anyone could play. Anyone from any, like a linebacker could play fullback if they wanted to.
I mean, it's good because Juszczyk is an incredible pass blocking fullback. Really, really good at pass blocking, and that's hard to find for fullbacks. Most of them are just really good run blockers, which he is as well. But you can put him in passing situations as a pass blocker.
Maybe they can convert him to a tight end and just say he's a tight end, not a fullback.
Hank, we have too many tight ends.
I know, but he doesn't have to be on your roster as a fullback. You could say he's a tight end, but still use him as a fullback. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I don't think we have enough room, Hank. Do you know how many tight ends we have?
You have a shit.
We may have to let Dennis Pitta go, dude.
Yeah. It's exactly what I said in there. I was thinking you guys got to get rid of Pitta. He's injury prone. You guys have a good guy. Who's your
We have a lot of good guys.
Gilmore.
We have Max Williams, Nick Boyle, Crockett Gilmore, Darren Waller.
Yeah.
We have
Waller.
And if Ben Watson wants to come back, because I think if we cut him, he only counts towards dead money. So there's not really a point to cut him, I don't think, because if he comes back healthy from his Achilles and wants to go, if it's only going to count against dead money to our cap, then there's no point in releasing him unless it's purely for a roster spot.
There's got to be teams out there that need tight ends. Like, I don't know why you guys haven't tried. I don't know why you guys haven't tried to trade some of them.
Pitta's got to be on the trading block.
I don't think Pitta's.
That's the most value.
I don't think he's got value.
He did lead the NFL in receptions last year, so he's a chain mover.
Oh, really?
And he's sure-handed.
Yeah.
He will make catches. Who knows? We'll see. It's just you always have to remember, especially with the Ravens, whenever you cut people, you have to remember how much dead money counts towards our cap, because we can't always just cut somebody because it's not worth it in the return when we're only getting $3 million towards our cap, but we're paying $4 million in dead money.
Yeah,
something like that. We can't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think the Ravens need to target in free agency. I think we need to get a veteran wide receiver for the slot or something like that, because we can stretch the field with Rashad Perryman and Mike Wallace. It sounds like Mike Wallace is going to stay, which I like. I think he's going to stay. So maybe get a good veteran, a Pierre Garçon or something like that. Or if we get lucky and we strike gold and get I know Jamal's had knee problems, but I would want to see how he performs. Can he pass a physical? Ravens have a really hard physical. So if he can pass that and the money's okay.
I don't think he's passing physical.
What?
I don't think he's passing a physical.
You think he's out? You think he's done?
Yeah. I think he's done. I think he's like a camp. I think he'll be like a camp body at best. He really, honestly, reminds me right now of an Arian Foster. An Arian Foster.
Just was great, and then hit the wall.
Well, not really hit the wall, but hit the wall with injuries.
Well, that's still hitting the wall. You can't get over that. But
Yeah.
I think the best fit for the Ravens is Kenny Stills. I think that would be a great little addition with Mike Wallace on the side, and then you got Kamar Aiken.
no,
He
Aiken's
wants
gonna
12
get the
million.
Ravens.
He wants 12 million.
Oh, get out of here. Later.
Ravens can't pay
Sorry.
that. No, Ravens have to go lower. Ravens
No
have to
lower,
pay.
though.
They're not going to be able to pay big money. That's the thing about the Ravens. And
Cordero Patterson?
well, here's what they do: they pick up somebody at the end of their career, but somebody who's still got a little bit of juice left,
Robert
and just
Woods.
sign him to like a 3-year deal.
Robert Woods. That'd be a good little addition there, too.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at Pierre Garçon.
He's a big one. He's one of the big, like
Is he?
Anquan Bolden. He's a big guy.
Well, that's fine. Anquan Bolden helped us win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's not an Anquan Bolden. He's also a little bit of a hothead, but I think the Ravens have a better institution.
He's also faster than Anquan Bolden, though. I feel like Pierre Garçon is the kind of guy who can stretch the field. But I think that if they don't sign Deshaun Jackson, they'll try to get Pierre Garçon.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not going to let
They're
both.
not
I
gonna
don't
let
think they're
both
going to let
of
both
them
go.
NFL would be a good little addition.
Because
And that's the beautiful part about this free agency. Like, if you have a wide receiver need, Brandon Marshall. Imagine if you get Brandon Marshall,
That's my top choice.
Oh.
I love Brandon Marshall. I know he can be a hothead, but he suffers from bipolar disorder, so it's not always, he's done a lot, and I think he's come super far in his career, and I think he would be like a Steve Smith and just would be a perfect fit to end his career, play 2, maybe 3 years with the Baltimore Ravens, help him win one more championship like Anquan Bolden did, and then that would be great. I think that guy's had a great story, and that would be an awesome, awesome ending for his career. So that would be that's who I'm targeting. In free agency right now, if we could sign one big guy off of free agency, I would sign him. If we could keep one person, I'm keeping Brandon Williams. I will drop Doomerville and Pitta, get Sharice Wright out of here. I don't care how good of friends he is with Jimmy Smith. Drop Kendrick Lewis as well. Get him out of here. We're going to lose Rick Wagner, our right tackle, because right tackles can pull $14 million in the free agency, and especially because he's really good. So I don't think we'll be able to keep him. We'll be able to keep Juszczyk because he's a fullback, and we'll be able to work out a deal. Low money, maybe $1.2 million a year. I think will be perfect. So keep Juszczyk, keep Williams, lose Rick Wagner, lose Kamar Aiken, all those guys, but get Brandon Marshall. Sure up through the draft. We need to get some young pass rushers, and we need to fill middle linebacker, but I don't know who's available at middle linebacker right now that we could afford and that would fit our system.
Probably Michael Kendricks.
Michael Kendricks.
He's a 3-4. He's a 3-4 inside guy.
Okay, yeah.
Lawrence Timmons. That's a good one.
But Lawrence Timmons isn't he
He's
Lawrence Timmons an edge
He's
rusher?
An inside linebacker.
I thought he was an edge rusher.
But we need somebody fast. We need a quick guy. That's what made, unfortunately, my boy retiring, Zach Orr.
Oh yeah.
He played so well because he was so fast and able to track guys down. That's what the Ravens need, because C.J. Mosley, he can stop the run and he's pretty good in coverage, but we need somebody quick to cover all these little, satellite backs and stuff like that. So maybe I'm thinking through the draft, maybe if we're lucky, get a Jabril Peppers from Michigan who can play
defense,
like a hybrid, almost like a Buchanan from the Cardinals, where he's a safety technically, or like a Cam Chancellor, plays safety, but is able to come up and make those big hits and stop the runs and play fast. I think that would be perfect. Pick up Brandon Marshall and get an edge rusher, and then, I think we're set, though. We'll see. Ozzie Newsome's a genius. He is. He always makes something work, and he always, really in free agency, we don't bust that often in free agency.
No, you don't, and you don't go into free agency that often.
No, because we sign all of our guys to stay on. Hank, what do you think? You've been quiet.
No, I agree with what you're saying completely.
Okay, well then, I think that's
No, we got to talk about a couple
that's
of the
what I'm
big
doing.
ones. Adrian Peterson.
Well, yeah, no, because that's going to bring it into the Raiders and the Niners for their free agency as well.
Okay.
So I think we should touch on a little bit of the Bay Area teams and their free agency right now.
Okay.
Since we kind of put the Vegas thing on the back burner with the Raiders, since they're going to stay here,
Stop.
I think Adrian Peterson is a perfect fit for the Raiders. Match made in heaven.
I think
he's
D'Angelo
going
Williams
I think he's
better.
going to the Packers.
The Packers?
Yeah.
After Melvin Gordon had his breakout season?
No, the Melvin Gordon's from the
sorry.
LA Chargers.
Chargers.
You mean not what's his name? Ty Montgomery?
Yeah, Ty Montgomery's there, man.
No, I know, but that would totally be an Adrian Peterson move. Just stick it to the Vikings. Play for end his career with the Packers.
Oh,
no, he's not going to play up in Lambeau.
What about this, guys? Do you think he goes to Dallas to try to get a ring? And he doesn't have to be the bell cow because there's Ezekiel Elliott.
No, he
runs behind the best offensive line in football, and he's from Texas. I mean, as much as I'd hate to say it, it all lines up perfectly because he's older. He doesn't want to run the ball that many times. Ezekiel Elliott will take some pressure off of him. It'll be the greatest 1-2 punch in NFL history.
I think that Stephen Jones needs to lock his father in the closet and just say no.
Why?
Because Jerry would go right after it. In my opinion, Adrian Peterson's going to want to be the guy.
That's what I'm saying. I think so too.
He's always been the guy. Every team he's gone to, he's the guy. When he was at Oklahoma, he was the guy, right? He played at Oklahoma, right?
Yep, he played. He came from Oklahoma,
yeah.
And that's why I think the Raiders makes the best option. Playing in California, great weather. And I'm sorry, the offensive line of the Raiders is no slouch. They just got injured at the end, and that's why they didn't have anybody.
But they do have Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
true.
They have a really good offensive line.
And Latavius Murray is like a is just like Adrian Peterson.
But what incentive do the Raiders have to bring in a running back that he played like one out of the last 3 seasons? Like he either is suspended or he's injured every other season. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was trying to say. Why I think he would fit with the Cowboys is because even he would want to be the guy, but like you said, he's going to get in trouble or get hurt. And guess what? Your next guy is Ezekiel Elliott.
I know, but I think that would cause too much controversy. Because I was talking to Kelly about this, and she told me that she didn't want Adrian Peterson because she thought it's going to cause way too much. The last year there was a quarterback controversy, and now there's going to be a running. The media is going to go after the Cowboys. They're going to be like, Jerry, who do you want to start? Jason Garrett, who do you want to start? Who do you think is going to start? It's just going to be way too much. Yeah, they might feed off of it, but it's too much media attention. It's unwanted media attention. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Completely understand that, Hank. I completely get that.
Okay, so back to the main point. Where's Adrian Peterson going then? If he's not going to the Cowboys, Hank, if he's not going to the Raiders, where do you think he's going to go?
Then, I haven't heard much about it, but the Giants are the other team.
That's true, too. Yeah, the Giants, they need a back. They just released 2 of them, so there's a lot of open space for that running game.
I think the Giants might go after McCaffrey, though.
Oh, God, that's just... he's not a running back. He did 10... he did what?
If the Giants don't go after him, the Patriots are.
Well, the Patriots, yeah, that's a total Patriots move.
Yeah.
Go get a A Stanford running back.
The Giants don't have a good running game anyway. Like what did Ben McAdoo say during the season? He said stats are for nerds, right? Or stats are for geeks. Which is funny because it's funny because he looks like a 10th level D&D dungeon master.
Hank, don't let everyone know his secret.
Keep it on the DL, man. Okay, I get that, but Adrian Peterson's at that point in his career, he wants a damn ring. So he's going to go to the teams that are going to be the most Dallas or Oakland.
Or I guess, yeah, Dallas, Oakland, or the Giants. The Giants made it to the playoffs.
They did.
And you have Odell Beckham.
They do.
So you have
compliment.
And then you have a good passer. So has Adrian Peterson ever played with like a really good quarterback?
Brett Favre.
Favre?
That's true. How could I forget?
And they went to the NFC Championship game.
It was Brett Favre who threw the ball across his body like the typical gunslinger he is.
Yep. Damn it, Brett. But he also, that's where I think he's gonna land with the Raiders, man. I think that's just gonna be done. I mean, Derek Carr is such a beast. Talk about it. We don't need to get into like the whole MVP conversation. We already did that, but that guy, if you don't,
should have been MVP.
Yeah, if you want to play for someone that really cares about you, and you want a team,
Carr,
you want to play for Derek Carr.
He's such a teamer. He loves the team. He pushes himself to be the best person because he never wants to let his team down. That is the guy you want to play for. But I don't think the Raiders are going to go for Adrian Peterson. I think the Raiders are going to go for D'Angelo Williams. I think he fits better.
I get that. I get that completely. And that's a great second option. If you can't land AP, obviously D'Angelo is going to be a hell of a back. And then you got Richard, number 30.
Jennings?
Richard for number.
Jalen Richard.
Jalen Richard. For the Raiders have two backs that and Washington. Those two backs go back and forth, so that's why they're kind of letting go of Latavius Murray. But just think of that 1-2-3 punch of that. You got power, and then you got this little shifty back in the back there. They go out.
I love the way D'Angelo Williams runs. I love it.
So they're sitting pretty. The Raiders are sitting pretty. If they want to make a big splash, and if Adrian Peterson wants,
I think they need to make a splash on defense. I think they need to go for a top rusher, dude, because Khalil Mack won defensive MVP, but he needs some help because he was eating double teams all day. He was sometimes eating triple teams, and they weren't sacking other quarterbacks. We need somebody. I always thought Bruce Irvin wouldn't fit our system.
But he did well.
He did decent, but I need somebody who's going to make a play when he's one-on-one matched up with somebody. I need somebody who's going to beat a one-on-one when Khalil Mack eats up a double team. Or I need a blitzer to be able to come in quick, but they need something on defense. I think they need a linebacker. If they can pull in Dante Hightower,
that would be a hell of a pickup.
They have money.
Yeah.
They have money. I think they should. He's one of the best inside linebackers in the game right now, especially in free agency that's available. Take him.
Yeah.
You have the money. You need to.
Or what about a DeMarcus Ware?
Oh yeah, that would be a hell of a pickup.
DeMarcus Ware wants to reunite with Dallas, but I feel like the Raiders run a 3-4, right? I feel like he'd do better in their system.
The Raiders run a lot of stuff because Khalil Mack can run in. He can play defensive end or outside linebacker on either side effortlessly.
Yeah.
So they move around their defensive fronts a lot to give him an advantage. But if you got a DeMarcus Ware in there, oh, absolutely. Imagine pairing them both up on the same side. Khalil Mack playing in on or Julius Peppers.
Jeez, there are just a bunch of end rushers coming out here. Julius Peppers, DeMarcus Ware. Could you imagine? Like if you just landed one, I know Julius is old. Don't get me wrong. DeMarcus is getting up there too, but these guys still are very consistent in their game.
Julius Peppers leads the NFL. He is the current NFL sack leader for career sacks right now.
Yeah, he's averaged at least 7 sacks in the last 14 years. That is the mark of consistency right there. You don't need any other stat to tell you that guy will go and rush. And he was playing in freaking Green Bay, one of the toughest places to play up in the.
I think the Raiders.
Frozen tundra.
That's
Frozen tundra. I think the Raiders, Hank, need to go all defense in the draft. I mean, when I say all defense, obviously I'm not talking lunacy and literally picking a defensive player.
You always have to draft like an offensive lineman at some point. Like, there's usually a solid one in the 5th round or something like that you can make like a developmental player.
Right, exactly. But for the most part, the first 3 rounds, I need them to go big defense. Big defense. Pass rusher. Somebody. The Raiders got passed on too. Maybe a good cornerback. Maybe find one in free agency. I don't know.
Hey, you know what?
I don't know what fits the Raiders system because they just.
You know what fits the Raiders system? A Green Bay edition. Because trust in Reggie. That's all I got to say. Trust in Reggie. He will get it taken care of. This guy, he's
Hold on. Isn't what's his name? Long from the Patriots. Isn't he?
Oh, Chris Long too, man.
Hey, live with Long. You can't go wrong.
Live with Long. You can't go wrong. Howie was his dad. One of the greatest Raiders of all time.
That makes
How
way
perfect
more
would
sense.
that be?
That makes way more sense.
Dude, I honestly, the Raiders have a pretty decent amount of money in free agency right now. And actually, now that I think about it, maybe don't go after somebody who's going to eat up a lot of money over the next few years because you have to re-sign Mack, re-sign Coop, and re-sign Carr.
Yeah.
Don't blow a bunch of money. Maybe like DJ said, get a Julius Peppers or DeMarcus Ware on a short 2-year deal.
Done. So
that way when these other contracts come up to be, the big contracts, you're not holding onto a guy, blowing it on a AJ Boye or whatever that guy is from the Texans. What happens if you pay a bunch of money for a cornerback who doesn't fit your system?
Yeah.
And then you come back and now you're struggling to re-sign Matt and re-sign Carr and re-sign Cooper because those are the 3 guys you need to keep on that team.
Honestly, I think that cornerback is besides quarterback, it's probably one of the hardest positions to pick. And you either have good ones or you have bad ones. In my opinion, if you have a young quarterback like Derek Carr, you're better off finding ways to get him weapons instead of going after cornerbacks because there are so many veteran cornerbacks out there. Some can play well, some can play decent, some can play mediocre. But honestly, it's one of those positions where there are very few amazing players. It's unlike wide receivers or running backs where you have like 3/4 of the league has excellent running backs and receivers. Cornerback is one of the hardest defensive positions to even get because let's be honest, these guys are forced to match up against Odell Beckham, Cooper, who's the guy from Green Bay?
Which one?
The white guy.
Jordy Nelson?
Yeah, Jordy Nelson, Des Bryant, Deshaun Jackson.
The list goes on and on and on. But for cornerbacks, it's Richard Sherman, Patrick Peterson, Josh Norman,
AJ Boye.
AJ Boye had a good year last year, but he had a good year.
He's a young guy.
Well, and then there's Darrelle Revis.
I like Brandon Carr. Good. I do like Brandon Carr from the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I like him. And the Cowboys have a bunch of their defense. What's that guy? Church? Terrence Church?
Barry Church.
Barry Church. My bad. And he's Lawrence Claiborne.
Morris Claiborne,
the guy who got a 4 on the Wonderlic because he said this test ain't got nothing to do with football.
Well.
Oh, that's your IQ, buddy. 0.
That's your favorite one. That is your favorite one.
It really is.
Okay. I think this is going to be a point we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll see you guys on the other side.
Sounds good. We'll be
Catch you on the flip side.
flippity flop.
Hey everybody, Hank here. We're back from the break, and we're going to spend the next or the last minutes of the podcast, the hour, talking about our favorite throwback sports jerseys or uniforms. Any team in professional sports or college sports, it's all on the table. And I'm gonna ask DJ first. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna, I'm trying not to be a homer here. Okay, my throwback jerseys, and this is gonna sound like we've been on the Patriots all this. The Patriots throwback jerseys are pretty sick, considering the guy on the helmet.
You mean
the
Elvis?
red, white, blue? It might be just the patriotic thing. I don't know, but I think
that's Elvis.
their jerseys. What was that?
That's model. What it's like, Pat Patriot or something like that.
Patriot Pat, yeah.
Yeah, he's modeled after Elvis.
No way.
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know that.
DJ likes it even more.
So I think those ones are great, but I think you got to go into baseball with this one for throwback jerseys. I mean, because you got so many. I mean, just history involved in that. There's been so many changes in jerseys along the way. Again, here's my homer thing. My favorite is the throwback of the Indians, the white, and it's the 1990s edition. It's the one, I think you've seen it in the infamous picture of me in the tub. And,
yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, everybody's seen
picture.
that picture.
That picture is never getting out. Like, DJ will never be able to run for public office when that picture gets out.
It really is one of the more perfect moments in the drunk history of the crew.
Exactly.
But I think that for me it goes the Patriots throwbacks for the 1980s, or was it maybe the 1970s or 80s, and then the 1990s,
the 80s,
Cleveland,
the 70s or the 60s, the 70s, and I think it was like the truly early 90s. Like,
correct.
before Bill Parcells took them to the Super Bowl.
Yep. Very true. So those are mine. And
that's a perfect segue, because baseball, I will have to say, I love the Oakland Oaks, the Oakland O's. Those are so awesome. The color, the writing. I think with baseball they have an advantage because you actually put like the words of the team
exactly
on the
correct
stuff,
yeah.
And like the writing is really nice, the number stitching, But if it comes down to football, and my favorite football throwback jerseys, I mean, there's a few good ones, but I know this sounds stupid. I like the old Seattle Seahawks jerseys, that little silver bullet look.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like the silver bullet, just because I just remember watching Sean Alexander.
True.
Oh yeah.
Run
and the buzz.
That silver bullet right there, and then another one. The Raiders is a classic, but that's just because
that's the silver helmets,
the silver helmet
with the silver letters, and then the white lettering, the white borders.
Yeah,
that one is a great one as well. The AFL jerseys, the throwback to the AFL.
Yes, the Oakland Raiders AFL jerseys are super
Those are
cool.
good too.
Super cool.
So what do you think, Hank? We got ours. I don't want to hear it. I guess it's fine if you want to go Philly. I understand.
I actually, the Eagles throw. I'm not. It's just because I always grew up with midnight green that I'm not as big of a fan of the Kelly Greens, and obviously our
No Vince Papale?
No Vince Papale?
No Vince Papale. Vince Papale only really played in the league for 2 years. I think it's really funny how he is probably, because a movie came out about him, he's like the most recognizable like athlete to be an Eagle, but like he only played for us for 2 years.
Not
But I think it's-
Jaworski? You don't think Jaworski's your most recognizable?
No.
No.
I always
don't
forget that.
There wasn't a movie made about Ron Jaworski,
Yeah, you're true.
but
What about Jones?
Deacon Jones.
true. Deacon Jones played for the Rams.
Who played for the Eagles?
Oh, no, it was
Reggie
the running
White.
back. It was the running back.
No. The Eagles defense.
Westbrook.
No, Reggie White.
Reggie
Oh,
White.
there it
Reggie
was.
Minister of
thank you.
Defense.
Wait. Was that before Green Bay or after Green Bay?
No, before Green Bay. He played for the Eagles, and then the salary cap era came, and the Eagles were like, "We're not gonna resign you." He played for Green Bay, and he played like, I think it was 98. He played 98 or 99. He played for the Panthers. But if you go back, one of the oldest Eagles uniforms was when they were the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets. I don't like those jerseys are disgusting. The neon baby blues. No, I'm not all for that. My favorite NFL jerseys that are throwback. I'm a big fan of the 70s San Diego Chargers uniform.
The powder blues.
powder
I was going to
blues.
say that too. The powder blues are one of the best.
See, I
I'm a
can't
big
say
fan.
that because
It's
it's the Chargers.
the Chargers. You can't.
I would say that's my favorite. That's my favorite NFL throwback jersey.
So nice.
Oh, you know what's another nice one? I
Which
just thought of it. Old team, no longer in existence. The Houston Oilers.
Houston
too.
Oilers, yeah. Or what do you guys think about the New York Titans uniforms?
Oh,
Remember when the New York Jets played against the Tennessee Titans and they were doing throwback weekend throwback Sunday, and instead of the Jets versus the Titans, it was the Titans versus the Oilers, which like confused the hell out of everybody. Like I'm sure like somebody's girlfriend was like, "Who's winning?"
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. But the Oilers, I like.
I also kind of like. I think it's taken me a few years to like. It's kind of grown on me. I also like simplicity, which is why I also like the old Raiders uniforms. But you know what other uniforms I like that are black? The 90s Atlanta Falcons with what was the name of the coach who made the Falcons badass like in the late 80s, early 90s. I forget what his name was. But Jerry Glanville's Atlanta Falcons. Yeah. I remember everyone hated Jerry Glanville, but it's because he was an asshole.
Jerseys, and now all I can think about is teams I wish were around because I loved like the Expos. Like they had the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, yeah.
I had, like all those old logos and colors, and like it was like the 80s and 90s. So like everything was like Technicolor and stuff like that.
Bringing that up, the Warriors, with the San Francisco
The Golden Gate, the bridge, right?
the car, the cable car.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's another one classic. That's actually what they're going to go back to when they move back to San Francisco.
One team, one logo that I wish. So you guys know I'm a New Jersey Devils fan, right?
I did not know that.
So I don't watch them very often, like just because I don't know. I've lost interest in hockey, not because they were bad, but I've always been like a casual Devils fan. Do you know?
Okay.
Do you know who where the Devils franchise originally came from?
Where?
Colorado. They used to be called the Colorado Rockies. I would love for the Devils to, and it will never happen.
No.
I would love for them to wear the Colorado C from the Colorado flag on their jerseys.
Yes, that
would be awesome.
Those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. But there already are the Colorado Rockies in the baseball sphere. So
no, I know. Kelly just said, what would you say again?
Before they were the Colorado Rockies, they were the Kansas City Scouts.
True.
Kansas City Scouts?
Yeah.
Oh god.
But it would be great. Actually, yeah. There are just so many good throwback. What about the Detroit Lions throwbacks?
Oh, the silver and blue
helmets.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions is good. I hate the Steelers and Green Bay's when they do the stupid bumblebee uniforms and then
those XFL.
Oh, the San Francisco
XFL.
Demons, the LA Hitmen. Oh man, that was
Memphis Maniac.
The Memphis Maniac.
The Steelers with those jerseys, they look like they should be in like prison or something like that. Like the prison stripes.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption stripes. Oh man! So I guess in all, there are some great jerseys and there's some god awful jerseys like the Pittsburgh Steelers, but
And the powder blues.
the powder blue.
Well, okay.
Chargers.
Here's the question. Let's just wrap it up with this because I think we have more time. Name your least favorite current NFL jersey.
Pittsburgh Steelers throwbacks. Oh, current.
Current, yeah.
Huh.
I'll
Yeah, you
start.
go ahead and start, Hank. I gotta think
I'll
for a second.
either say the Jacksonville Jaguars
Oh,
or
yeah.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because the Buccaneers tried to add that creamsicle.
Ugh.
That creamsicle
Yeah, they
stripe.
tried to bring back the throwback and try
Like,
to make it kind of
either wear creamsicle or wear red and chrome, you know. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, their jerseys are trying to look like soccer jerseys or rugby jerseys. Just doesn't make sense. This is American football, not European football or rugby.
I think the one I hate is definitely the Denver Broncos, and I think it's just because I don't like the color orange. I hate the color orange, and they're just.
They should go back to navy. They should make those navy jerseys their regular jerseys. I don't know why they went to orange.
Those.
Maybe because
I don't want to talk about that Denver orange because it just brings back terrible memories of Browns being to drive the fumble, all that BS. Just don't. No.
So who's your least favorite? Oh,
well, yeah, that one. For current, I as much as like it's West Coast stuff, I hate the new Seattle Seahawks jerseys. I can't stand it. I don't know if it's because I just don't like Seattle in general, but I cannot stand those lime green.
I love it.
Oh,
that
looks like a soccer jersey more than anything.
I love purple and green. So my favorite jerseys are the Vikings and the Ravens because they're purple. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me, man. The Denver Broncos throwbacks are terrible, and the Seattle Seahawks currents are just god awful. That's how I feel.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Well.
All right. On that, we'll call it a night, guys. Thank you for tuning in again, and we'll catch you here again next week. And next week, hopefully, we'll have a little bit more narrowed down in free agency and what teams are going to do and where people are going.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe we might jump in a little bit early if something big happens. So thanks for listening again, and we'll see you soon, huh?
Yep. Sounds good. Peace, you guys.
See ya.